Hey, hey, oh, oh, oh.
Anything, he's just a SME. A biggie bag. Catch up. Another way to amplify it. Bye, boy. Grand Rising. What up though? Happy Friday. This will be the start of a weekend vlog. I don't have a whole lot going on, honestly. Today I'm finishing out I'm starting my Friday. I'm finishing out my work week, my work from home week. This week has been the first week back since I was off on bereavement last week, and it's been a testy one, but it's really just been a busy one, honestly. Like, I ain't been able to just chill. That's really what it is. So y'all just saw me make my coffee, which is really just Folgers instant coffee this morning because I didn't feel like doing the Keurig part, which is some so it's the instant coffee with hot water and just my protein shake, and I drink it down all the way. Like, I keep drinking it down and then keep pouring the rest of the bottle in, so I actually do a whole bottle of the Power Core 42. I'm probably gonna get breakfast after I drink my coffee. I'm gonna do probably my Better Bagel because it has 25 grams of protein. Protein is what I'm prioritizing no matter what. So yeah, that's gonna be my day. That's gonna be the start. Answer some emails. I'll probably go to the gym a little later. Today is full body day, so I'm gonna do that. Stairmaster for 20 minutes and my full body split, and then do want to walk a mile because I owe myself a mile for this week because I didn't do 2 miles when I should have. I did 2 miles that day, but I didn't walk 2 miles, if that makes sense. Like, I got the steps that equate to 2 miles, but I ain't really just do consecutive. So I need to give myself another mile because we can't cheat myself. And then I'm probably gonna go to Whole Foods and try to get the oysters half off today and make probably oysters Rockefeller or smoked oysters or roasted oysters, something like that. I kind of want to make, and I kind of want to make like, these don't go together, but I kind of want to make like a chili or something like homey with some nice cornbread. I don't know why, but that's kind of my vibe. Speaking of which, I need to take out my meat so I can thaw that out. What else? So I probably go to the gym. Go to the gym, get my mile in. And I'm gonna look around town and see if they have anything that's going on. Thankfully, Virginia is pretty popping, so it's always something. So I'm gonna check to see what they got going on, and then, you know, I'll bring y'all along with me throughout the day. I will say tomorrow, which is Saturday, I will be going to a friend's house. She's having a put that shit together party. She just purchased her first home, and so, you know, moving all that stuff in, putting all that stuff in. So it's gonna be a gang of us there. I may record a little bit, I don't know. And then Sunday I have plans to go to Pilates 6:30 class. I got in with my favorite instructor, thank goodness. So go there 6:30, and then the youngin wants to go to Kings and Minions, so we'll probably do that for the day. And I think honestly that'll be kind of my day. I do want to go to Target as well sometime throughout this weekend because I got these new leggings from them. Let me show y'all. Let's see. You can see. Whoa, it's like overexposed. All right. Ooh. Do y'all see these? these, like, you can't tell how they feel, but these feel so good. They feel so good. So what I did was I went and purchased like 3 pair of these. So the ones that I have on are the newest ones, and these are in a medium because I wanted them to hug me a little bit, and they stretch obviously because baby, she's not a medium. But then the other 2 I got in a large, and what I found is with the larges, when I'm at work, when I'm working out, they kind of come down, and so I thought if I got a smaller size it may hold up, and it may be that I need like a larger size, I don't know. But I got these. I got 3 pair of these, and I got 2 of these, and they kind of have the same, they mimic the same like ooh, rub me and touch me material. I don't know what that is, but it feels really good. It's probably like a elastic or spandex mix, but yeah. So I'm probably gonna go sometime this weekend and get me another pair. But that's my weekend. Welcome to the weekend vlog. I'll pick that back up, you know, along the way. Okay. Okay. And who sent you the email? Or I'm not understanding what you're explaining. And so let me make sure I got it. What you're... We have nothing on this side when it comes to, even without them, so when you're saying like, you know, they keep going to these people and they don't know even when they're ducking, we don't know who to go through the process. It's not even my team. It's really, we're trying to grasp water. You know what I mean? And it's slipping through our fingers when it comes to certain things because go back to Alex, but Alex was like, I already told you to rebuttal it, but I was like, I was saying which, you know, I get that. And then like they would be like updated with stuff and stuff. Now I just got word yesterday. We just made a decision that we're gonna coach straight out the gate. I mean, we're gonna score straight out the gate. Yeah, I feel like I love you. They're gonna get out of that down by the night. That's how I feel about it. What do you mean? Like you feel like we shouldn't do it? Y'all back up because I've been working. I even went outside while I was on the phone with my dad. I feel like that's too bright. But while I was on the phone with my dad, and yeah, that's better. And I actually did my almost 1 mile. It was actually 0.7, so I gotta go and get my 0.3 so I can get my real mile. I'm about to warm up my meal prep. I made some pasta salad, and then this is just 3 ounces of rotisserie chicken bites. I'm gonna have my perfect bar, 6 grams of protein. I'm gonna have that for a snack. It's not good as far as macros, but because this little bar is 120 calories, it got 9 grams of carbs and 6 grams of protein and 7 grams of fat. When the protein is less than the fat and the carbs, for me, I be like, that's trash. Like, I need more protein than it all, and I kind of need like double the protein. So if this was 12 grams of protein and all the other macros is good, then I'd be like, okay, that's a little more doable. I'm gonna have another one of my core powers because today is full body day. I put, usually like y'all saw this morning, I put it inside of my coffee. It's just black coffee in this, nothing else, no sugar, nothing fancy, no whipped cream, none of that. Just plain black coffee in this. I'm gonna have another one of these because I think I want to have a higher protein day today, because I am gonna be lifting. I'm gonna try to lift as heavy as I possibly can when I do my full body. Fun fact, I don't like full body, but I'm really gonna do it. And then I also have this is my yogurt. It's 130 grams of yogurt, which is about, no, I'm sorry, it's 170 grams of yogurt, which is 20 grams of protein, and then 30 grams of blueberries. And then I usually put granola. I put about about 30 grams of granola in it. This is the granola that I use. I use a Purely Elizabeth, and I love the cookie granola, the chocolate chip cookie granola. I get 30 grams of this. 30 grams is one serving, and it has 3 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fat. For that, of course, we're just eating this or putting this on top of this so that this is actually good. This is where I get all of the protein from. So I'm about to just refill the granola container. I like this just so that I can know the metrics. So we have an unopened bag, so I'll just add this into this, and then I'm gonna take down my my scale so that I can make sure that I actually got 30 grams of the granola, because those are the little things that I think are actually is easy to misweigh. You can't add it, right? I mean, I don't think you can really add too much, but like when it comes to, especially in the beginning, I feel like you gotta be on point with your stuff, because if you really went based off of what you eyed as far as your food intake, how you so big, Jade? How you get so big? Tell me that, huh? If you can add everything, since you know everything. But anyway, so I'm gonna make sure I actually weigh out these 30 grams. So let's see. And now if I would have eyed it out, I'm gonna show y'all. Right now, this thing say 3 grams. We're gonna zero it out. This is actually what I would have. Nah, I probably would have. I probably would have eyed this out. This is only 26 grams, which is actually probably enough. But we're gonna do 30 since that's what we said. There we are. 30 grams. 30 grams even. So we're gonna throw that on top of this. Throw this on top of this. Hopefully I don't spill nothing, because girl, I'm not coordinating in that way. That is not my strong suit. This right here is 1 gram. You better get in there. Get all of the grams I pour. Forget that. All right. I was being lazy with my chicken. Like, I just warmed it up on my container top. I don't even care. Just gonna get that going. Pull it apart, and then we finna eat. And then I think I'm gonna go out after this. What time is it? 2:08. I'll probably go out probably by 3 to walk the neighborhood, just probably around here, just so I can get that 0.3, so I can be fair and make sure for the week all of the things that I should do is done. I know day to day I'm like, okay, this is the goal, this is what we need to do, and then some days you have your days where you can't get it done, right? So for me, I'm like, I look at the end of the week and I'm like, did you do what you're supposed to do this week? What do you need to fix, you know? And I realize for the most part, I don't like owing myself tasks. I don't want to tell myself what to do when it comes to stuff that I didn't do. So I just want to do it the first time. Let me do it right. Let me do it right the first time. So I've been having this thing with sweet and salty. So for the yogurt, I want to add some Celtic salt. I got this on Amazon. It was like $7.99. It's probably unprocessed iodized salt for all I know, but I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit. I sprinkle a little bit on my bagel this morning. I had a better bagel. I don't think I recorded it, but I had a better bagel after my coffee with some Celtic salt and some cream cheese. So isn't that Isn't that nice? So y'all see those little white flakes? That's the Celtic salt. Mix that thing in. That's sweet and salty. Voila! All right, we finna eat. And we'll be back. I'll pick y'all up. My glasses keep falling down like this and like squinching my nose. So I don't know if it's because my face is greasy. Is that it? I don't know, but I'm like, stay up there. Or if it's just the material of it. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my snacks. I feel like this is literally like a an adult bento box, like, or a Lunchable. You know, it's like a Lunchable. I got my candy, and it's the drink. It's like a biggie bag from Wendy's, but let's make it healthy. That's probably does not correlate, but anyway, I digress. Let me eat. I'll be back. These Zolas.
Did I see?
You still not feeling well? Or is it just a residual congestion?
Yeah, just the residual.
You taking anything?
Besides ibuprofen, and that's for cramps.
But ibuprofen's gonna work with the congestion too. Or the inflammation. Not
That's
necessarily.
pretty good.
Monogamy or whatever you call it, I'm starting to think ain't for everybody. Most of us is rushing into it anyway, you know what I'm saying? Ain't rushing for love and I ain't up here to judge, so let's neglect the what ifs.
Easy, baby. I never made love, no, I never did. But you know how to fuck, I'll be a bad girl. I'll do it to you. I can't promise that I'll be good to you. 'Cause I had some issues. I won't admit, no, not happening. But at least I can admit that I'll be bad, no, to you. Yeah, I'll be pretty bad, but I'll be bad to you.
Just get it. Bad girls ain't no good, and the good girls ain't no fun. And the hood girls want a smart nigga. College girls all want a thug, so it seems that we speak what we don't need. Got a dig for a queen who don't wanna leave. I ain't about to judge you, don't judge me. You ain't gotta really think about your rap sheet, 'cause I heard you. Yeah, in the literal sense, I mean that. Rough sex saying I love ya, but the kiss me saying you mean it. I know, I could be calling a mean ass. Oh, the irony, got the bomb in deep, but the problem is probably a deep pass. Still I'm feeling this and I need bad. Thinking if I get it, I need this. I don't need emotion to open your deep sea. I can see the ocean by going between leg, bag, no, bed, flow, go, forward, couch, now, slow motion. Around, put it down, Lord knows who's going for the moon, hold up.
Baby, I never made love, no, I never did. But you should know how to fuck, I'll be a bad girl. I'll do it to you. I can't promise that I'll be good to you. 'Cause I had issues. I won't admit, no, not happening. But at least I can admit that I'll be bad, no, to you. Yeah, I'll be good then, but I'll be bad to you.
Rushing for love and I ain't up here to judge, so let's neglect the what ifs.
it. No, not happening, but at least I can admit that I'll be bad. No, to you.
Alright, great morning, grand rising. Good afternoon, because it is actually 1:34, so I'm a little late. I slept in this morning. I have had a Core Power 42 today already. That's about it. I'm headed to a put this shit together party. One of my homegirls just purchased her first home, and it's a lot of shit that needs to be put together. So that's what we're doing. I'm probably not gonna record nothing in there, but you know, let you know what I'm doing throughout the day. Probably gonna be there until 4-ish, depending on, or until the work is done, probably. And then I think there's a couple things in the city to do today. I may just ride out, clear my mind, offload emotions, and think some things through. You know, things that's kind of been going through my head, how I want to organize, how I want to tackle this last quarter of the year, how I want to show up for myself, set some goals, visualize, you know, and self-actualize certain things and that I want to bring to fruition. So that's kind of how my process works. So I'll do that and then call it a night. I really don't have too much going on today. I probably gonna go and eat over here. I'm trying to get protein in so that I'm not showing up starving, and so I'm not thinking about prioritizing protein based on what the selection is. So I make sure I do that, just trying to be intentional and prepare, right? I did work out last night, as you guys saw. That was probably one of the toughest workouts, because everything in my mind was like, I don't want to do this, but I got it done. Yeah, and then tomorrow I have Pilates in the morning, and then we'll be at Kings Dominion. Me and the kids will be at Kings Dominion for the rest of the day. Actually, I'm trying to shorten it. I want to do from like 11 to 4, 11 to 6 maybe. I'm not trying to be here all night. And then do a Sunday reset at the house. I may do a Sunday reset actually before we go, just so that I don't have to do anything when I come back besides jump in the shower and lay it down and mentally prepare for a work week. So that is what I got goings on with the goings on. I'm gonna take y'all along, obviously. How y'all be? Happy Saturday. What do y'all get into? I had every plan or every intention on going to the farmer's market this morning, and I slept with a weighted blanket. That is where I messed up, okay? Because baby, I was like snoring, gone. Then I woke up this morning, brushed my teeth, everything at 7 o'clock, and I was like, all right, I'm up. Oh my God, I'm up early on a Saturday. And I laid back down with that weighted blanket. Baby, took me out again. So I didn't wake up until 10. And then I spent that in ADHD mind, basically telling myself that I was going to go to the farmer's market, and I only had 2 hours before the farmer's market closed, so I really needed to get up and go. And then I spent those 2 hours scrolling on the socials. Girl, grow up. So I did not go to the farmer's market and get my 2 miles of walk in this morning, but I will get those in throughout the day, because that's what I'm supposed to do today. 2 miles of walking and abs. I'll sprinkle it in throughout the day. We'll do some things, but what y'all do on Saturdays? What y'all be planning? How do y'all recoup from the work week? The scam that we call a work week. How do y'all recoup from that? Because, baby. All right, let me get going. Bye! Okay. All right, we're headed to Pilates. I don't know how much of it I can capture because I don't have my little thingamabobber. I don't have the thing that goes on the bottom of my camera to capture it. Dang it. I may have to just capture it with my phone, but it is currently 6:20, and y'all, I gotta be there by 6:30, so we gotta go. Great morning, grand rising. Happy Sunday. What's good? All right.
Glutes are lifted off the heels, tailbones round and tucked. You're gonna pull your head through your handlebars here. Squeeze the elbows in towards your ribcage on your way. Once you reach your max tension, you're just gonna extend the elbows right back on out. Keeping it nice, soften the elbows, eye gaze stays low. Beautiful here, TN. Now, kneeling lat rope, back is flat. You're gonna keep your head aligned with tailbone. Make sure your eye gaze is staying right at those nice positive bracket quotes below you. And then make sure your hands are at the round part of your handlebars here as you go. Now, slow and steady. As you begin to pull your head through, think about squeezing your elbows in closer. Avoid your elbows pulling out wide to the side, like chicken wings as you go. As you send the mitt into your max tension, keep a soft bend in your elbows. Eye gaze, if you're looking at the mirror in front of you, drop your eye gaze low. Back is flat. Make sure your head is not higher than your butt. Make sure your butt is not higher than your head carriage. Another way to amplify and activate those glutes. Keep it slow and steady. Keep everything nice and low on that flat back. There we go. Move your chest a little bit forward. Yeah, there you go. Now you got 2 pushes here. First one's coming on deck. Stretch. You're going to use that same energy from your palms to restack the shoulders right back on top. Keep your chin lifted off of the chest. Now for your hand position, option to have your hands stay nice and wide. If you need that support of your platform, give yourself that wider grip. If you want a little bit, so they're kicking in. Shake it out. Give yourself gratitude. See what you need to make yourself more supportive. Arms. Keep them right in front. That's your modification. Already. Alright, 7:30 it is. Inner thighs and triceps.
Yeah. I got my butt handed to me. I was like, first of all, this is the only class that I ever, let's see if I can do it like that. Yeah, okay. This is the only class that I ever come to, because this instructor is like really hip when it comes to music selection. She's very much like encouraging. She is going to correct my form. She's gonna just be very supportive. And I've come to a couple of classes, and once I found her class, I was like, oh yeah, I'm only coming to a class that's where she is the instructor. Her name is Jada. However, the class that she has usually is the 6:30 class, the 6:30 a.m. Sunday class, and it usually is packed. Like, I usually have to get it to send me a reminder in case somebody drops, because I can never get in because her class is so good. Honestly, like, I know that. I've been to other classes, like I said, and it don't hit the same. They are not one-on-one, hands-on. They are not engaged. You can tell that they are getting paid to do this versus they do this in their spare time. Like, they actually perform Pilates moves in their spare time. So yeah, she beat me up. Like, when I tell you, I was like, girl, I figured that because I have been working out, I've gotten a little leaner. I'm like, this is gonna be a little easier. And in certain movements, it was a little easier, but it also allowed me to realize how weak I am in other movements, such as my obliques. Girl, yeah, Pilates it's a workout, ain't no joke. I tried to get a little bit of footage, but after a while I was like, girl, y'all gonna get what y'all get, and I'm done. I can't do it. I'm over it. So whew, I'm done. Yep, I have reached my goal. All right, so now we are headed to I'm trying to see if I want to head back to the house, and either I want to head back to the house and do some Sunday morning reset, or just Sunday reset. I gotta fix my nail sometime today. I don't know when. sometime today I gotta fix it. So yeah, thanks for coming with me for the 6:30 class. Thanks for being my friend for the 6:30 class. Have y'all ever tried Pilates? If y'all haven't, don't. No, I'm joking. You definitely want to. I don't care how much weight you lift. I don't care how many miles you run. I don't care how many hot yoga classes you went to, how many spin classes. I don't care if you have 6 Pelotons. I really don't care, baby. If you lift with Arnold Schwarzenegger or you have boxed with Muhammad Ali, like, or, you know what I'm saying, you go toe-to-toe with Mike Tyson, I don't care. That's gonna humble you. So if you want to be humbled and you want to feel, and it's not really just humbling, because it is humbling, but it really allows you to identify what micro muscles need strengthening. That's really what it is. So I encourage you to go. We're gonna go figure out something. Somebody late to this class. I can tell how they zooming in this parking lot. Girl, that was me 45 minutes ago. All right, bye. I don't know if my kids on this part of the ride or not. How was it? Okay, y'all. So hopefully y'all can hear me. The kids are on the rep. Oh, it teaches you upside down. I'm not for that. They told me that if I come, I have to get on one ride. They want to choose the ride, and I said no, one ride that I choose. So just left Kings. I mean, did you have a good time?
I loved it.
You did? He always has me getting on all the rides.
And now there's this one called the Twister Timbers. Twister Timbers, yes.
Twister Timbers.
Twister Timbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think she meant like upside down. I thought she meant like a loop-de-loop. So
when I asked him, does it go upside down? He said, no, it doesn't do loop-de-loops. And as soon as I got on it, literally,
I said, it does go upside down. And then he said,
it went upside down. And it felt like I was gonna fall out the daggone thing. So I am not a roller coaster girl at all. I am not. That's not me.
I was gonna be myself.
That's not me, but I go on it because the kids love it and they get excited when I join them. But it gives me nothing. I'm just like, okay, it's memories with them. And something they can say, me and my mom used to go on this, but it's not because I'm like, oh, let's just have fun. No, I don't do this. This is Dumba. But he wanted to go get some Chipotle.
My favorite restaurant.
You don't have any CarMax? Because your lips, baby.
So you add this one out the video.
I ain't editing nothing. Your lips look horrible.
I need some more.
Don't dig in my pot.
I'm sorry.
Because you don't need that much. You see how much you got? Yeah, I'm gonna headbutt you. You keep digging in my pot.
Okay.
We're going to get Chipotle. I got a free
Pass.
bowl.
A free
I think
bowl.
I'm free meal, free entree.
For me?
Ah, it's for me.
Oh.
What you thought this was?
I thought this was a son and I thought this was a son and mother.
It is
Mother has to pay.
Nah, he's paying for his own.
I don't have any money.
Oh, you want to go home and I can cook you something?
No, let's go to Chipotle. Because I'm rich.
Alright, we're going to get our
$15.
Chipotle.
$15.
Bye, boy. You stole my whole face.
Do I?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, oh, 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 and I